So it's been nice to hear a couple of comments on my channel recently, and it's been a while since I put a video up. It's been winter months and I've been busy with the kids. It's frankly difficult to find the time when you've got a young family. Look, it's come into August now, and at the end of July last week I've been busy pruning back the trees. I thought you might like to have a bit of a look. This is my peach tree that about 2 years ago I almost ripped up from the stalk. It gave us beautiful fruit last year, so very happy with it. Look, I haven't gone too crazy on this peach tree because it's still young and thin and not as strong as I would like it to be. I want it to grow a little bit taller, but I've given it a light prune to let a bit of air, particularly to taking a focus on pruning out the sprouts from the bottom of the trunk there to allow it to grow up, and also to make sure that the centre, so this centre area, I've cleared out where you've got branches that are crossing in as well. Now with my apple trees, I've got a gala and a pink lady here. This is the pink lady, the smaller of the two. We planted them at the same time. The gala unfortunately for me is a favourite of my local possum population. It gets up there and it chews off the new buds as it comes through, so I've decided to permanently net this off, as horrible as the netting looks in the garden. But I know that will protect it from possum damage as this comes out into bloom. And I've also got solar panels up on the roof, so I'm going to manage the size of these trees to keep it down at the level of the roof line there, and it also enables me to keep the netting up. Likewise, I've given my plum trees a very, very hard prune. Last year I let it go above the line of the trellis there, and it was very difficult to manage getting the net on and over. I haven't given the orange tree a prune, but I think I want to get into the centre of it and give it a little bit of a trim because there's some dead wood in there. The possum's been up in there on the fence line behind the orange tree chewing on the leaves, but it hasn't done too much damage. It's a pretty the tree itself is a Washington Valencia, I think it is, and it's quite vigorous. And two, I've had to put some nets up on my poor old avocado trees. The possums have been hungry. They've been getting into my unripe fruit. I've got the furte here, which is taken off. It's got some beautiful fruit on there, and the hass in the front there, and the bacon in the front and the hass in the back. They're doing okay as well, but as you might have remembered from an earlier video, I'll put them in pots and they kind of got bonsai, so they're not going to get any bigger than that, which for me in this garden is good enough. Whereas the furte I planted straight into the ground from the nursery. I'm not going to bring down my cherry trees. I'm going to leave them that high, but I will trim them if they get any higher than that. I was able to get the net, my 10x10 net over the top of that, and it worked quite well this year, and I got a beautiful harvest of cherries from both trees, and I had so much I had to freeze. I pipped them and froze them, and I just used them in smoothies later in the year. My tri-pear tree, I've brought it down really hard this year. It got quite tall. I got no pears this year because the possum got up there. I couldn't get a net over the top because it had got so tall, so it's no benefit having it that tall if the possum's going to take all my fruit. In the back there, I haven't applied any pruning whatsoever to my persimmon. We got some small persimmons this year, which was lovely, and hopefully it comes back strong. Again, my fig trees, I've taken down the height so I can get a net over the top, and the apricot as well. I've also taken it down quite hard this year. It was very difficult, although I did get apricots this year and got a net over it. The way the tree grows and the fineness of the sprouts makes it very difficult to get the net over the top. So I've brought it down to make it a little bit easier to protect the fruit. I might not get such a great harvest this year, but if I get some and manage to keep the possum off the tree, again, the possum, like the gala apple, really loves getting into the new sprouts of the apricots. So I've got to be really careful there. I've had some people ask me about how my trellis is going. This is what it looks like at the moment. I've had to put a temporary guard over the top of it. I'm not very happy that I put the netting over there, but the possum over winter is getting hungry, and he's been getting down. He's really destroyed my poor old orange tree there. It's just unfortunate. I think it will come back. He wasn't too interested in the lemon trees that I've got there, but he did get up and took a lot of damage on the top, which I've trimmed down. I didn't want them spiking up above the level of the trellis anyway, so I guess that wasn't too much of a problem. So I'm hoping once spring comes out, I'll be able to reshape these citrus fruits and get them under control. Eventually I'm going to extend the pavers from here, and the idea is to put in a little fountain section out here, and maybe another small pergola, so that we can enjoy sitting out here over the summer and springtime. And if I get the citrus trees against the fence, they won't impinge on our movement when we're out here enjoying that little water feature. So I hope you enjoy. Feel free to comment.